What is going on YouTube? It's your boy Sam from Team SamuraiX1 here, and welcome to another discussion video. And in today's video, as you guys can read by the title of this video, I said video too many times in that like one sentence, but anyways, in this video,
1 hour later,
I'm gonna be talking to you guys about how to beat this meta. If you guys are big fans of the channel, you guys would know that I actually did a couple how to beat specific deck videos in the past, but I felt like, you know, it's way better to actually compile you guys and talk to you guys about the current meta and tell you guys in one video on how to beat the goddamn meta. Basically, in this video, I'll talk to you guys about the 5 meta decks currently right now and basically
how to destroy them.
I am going to expose secrets that people do not tell you. Exposing the secrets that the pros don't want you to know. I'm gonna be exposing every lie you've been told that I don't know what the hell is it. I'm gonna be telling you what I didn't tell you months ago.
Well, yo, what the hell is actually wrong with me, yo?
If you guys want to help support me and what I do, make sure you guys get your awesome playmats today at txx1.com/shop in the link in the description box below. This is a 2019 playmat that you guys voted for, so if you guys haven't gotten your hands on one of these mats, make sure you guys visit txx1.com/shop in the link in the description box below to get your awesome playmats today. Alright guys, enough talking. Without further ado, let's get straight into the video. So basically the meta decks, okay? We're gonna be dissecting each and every single deck, and I'm gonna be telling you guys on what specific cards you guys can use to counter those decks. Okay, so first and foremost, we're gonna talk about Thunder Dragons, okay? Thunder Dragons, nowadays, there is no such thing as pure Thunder Dragons anymore. Thunder Dragons as a deck has evolved from pure Thunder Dragons to Danger Thunder Dragons, and then now there's Danger Guard Dragon Thunder Dragons, okay? And obviously the most played deck right now out of the 3 variants is obviously the Danger Thunder Guard Dragon deck. And this is the first deck that we're actually gonna tackle. One of the most efficient ways to actually out there discussing Double Colossus, Red Dragon Archfiend, Abyss, and Zombie Sign board is to simply slap the Golden Ball on their head top. Spear Mode. Spear Mode is a card that can easily get rid of any problematic monster. Also, Spear Mode is a card that can obviously solve a lot of problems against that specific matchup. And one of the most important hand traps that you can actually use against that deck is Drone Lockbird. The deck actually does a lot of searching. Once they activate their first danger monster, and once they draw a card, you can just Drone Lockbird them. And then more than likely, their turn is going to stop because the deck is just so reliant on actually going to Skull Dread so much to actually draw into their resources. If they can't go into their Skull Dread to draw their cards, they basically can't play their turn. Well, not basically play, but they can't extend their combos even further. So Drone Lockbird is obviously a really good card against the Thunder Dragon matchup. And if you Drone Lockbird them, that means that they can't search off cards like you know, the Black and White Dragon. And the really good thing about Drone Lockbird or any hand trap in general against this specific matchup is that the deck can't really play Called by the Grave because you're playing dangers. So if you activate a danger and you have a Called by the Grave in hand, you have a chance on actually hitting the Called by the Grave out of their hand. So that's why that they don't play Called by the Grave. So Drone Lockbird is just a really good hand trap against that deck. Basic hand traps like Ash Blossom, Effect Dealer, you know, Ghost Bell, you know, Ghost Reaper is really good now against that matchup. You can just Ghost Reaper the Colossus, and they don't play Thunder Dragon Fusion, so they basically can't shuffle back the Colossus into the deck, right? So, you know, Reaper can also be really, really great against that specific matchup as well. So hand traps in general are just really effective against that deck. Moving on to Floodgates. Floodgates like Summit Limit is really good against that specific matchup. Goes and Match Rivalry is really good. Once they have a danger monster out, one danger monster, like let's say they have a Mothman, which is an insect, you just flip Rivalry of Warlords and they can't basically summon any other monster except for insect, right? So Rivalry and Goes and Match is really good against that specific deck. Goes and Match is kind of iffy. It's okay. It can be really effective in some situations because if your opponent has all lights, that's when it's really good to activate Goes and Match. But if they have all darks on the field already, it's kind of like, you know, really weird situations. So Goes and Match can be a really hit or miss. That's some of the cards you guys might want to consider in Floodgates form in siding against you know, the Thunder Dragon matchup. And also, you know, a card in the extra deck is really good against the deck is also Abyss Dweller as well, you know, negating cards like the Roar Effect, Dark Effect. It is just really, really awesome. and also negating the baby dragon, the white and black dragon, is just really good as well. So this one I can just pose a huge threat for this specific matchup. So that's what's really good. Yeah, man. So that's all the cards that I actually have listed for the Thunder Dragon matchup. If I am missing any cards, please feel free to leave it in the comment section below, so the people that are watching can just, you know, read your comments and just, you know, hear your ideas on what other card you guys might want to consider siding or maining against these specific matchup. Obviously, I can list a million gazillion cards, but these are probably the most meta relevant cards that you guys can actually use against the Thunder Dragon matchup today. So that's pretty much for Thunder Dragons. Let's move on to Sky Strikers. Sky Striker is obviously one of the most dominant decks in today's metagame. The deck is really consistent. You guys don't know the deck basically never got hit because Konami loves Sky Strikers so much, right? The easiest way to actually beat this deck is obviously use a Ghost Reaper. If you can side Ghost Reaper in your side deck, you can just Reaper the Kagari. You have more of a, you know, you have way more advantage over your opponent once you can just get rid of that Kagari immediately. Cards like Twin Twister is just really, really good to get rid of the back rows. Cards like Denko Sekka, if you can play Denko Sekka in your decks like Orcust or any decks that don't have to rely too much on a normal summoning, Denko Sekka is the way to go. So for those of you who are Pendulum players, you guys can actually abuse Denko Sekka like no tomorrow. So slap the Denko and then like it's like GG. It's like you're slapping like boom. Cards like Ash Blossom is really effective against the matchup as well. Ash to engage, obviously. You also got Ghost Bell as well. Ghost Bell the Kagari, which is also really, really good. You know, there's just, you know, basic cards that actually beat this Sky Striker matchup. But one of the best cards, the best hand trap against this deck, if you guys could afford it, I know this card is really expensive right now, is Fantastical Dragon Phantasme is a really powerful card against Sky Strikers. They actually have a really hard time on actually beating this card. So if you guys can actually have access to this card, I would recommend you guys either maining it or side decking it for competitive events like UDS that's coming up this weekend, right? So those are really good cards. Cards like Pangotrop, which is really good as well. Summon Pangotrops, attack into their monster, and then activates effect to pop a back row, which is really, really amazing. Cards like Ghost Ogre can see a lot of play in today's meta as well because, you know, it can hit a lot of decks. It hits the Mirage Stalio, which is really good, and also at the same time, you can also hit the multi-roll as well, so they don't regain their resources. Evenly matched is just really, really good as well to actually help get rid of all their back row all at once. So there's obviously other cards you guys might want to consider on adding into your side deck to beat, you know, to beat Sky Striker specifically, but these are just the most meta relevant cards that you guys might want to consider to side against Sky Strikers, right? And Sky Striker has been a deck that's been relevant for a long time, so I'm pretty sure you guys all know what specific cards are best to use against that matchup. And obviously cards like Drone Lockbird is another good addition to the deck. You also got Share Rides. Like, I can list a gazillion cards. Next off, I'm going to talk about Salamangreats. Okay, Salamangreats has been taking over the meta, okay, as one of the top 3 decks in today's metagame for the sole purpose that the deck is actually really budget. Well, probably not anymore, because Sunlight Wolf is like 15 Canadian a piece, and it's like pretty crazy, man. Like, yo, look at this. Like, what am I supposed to do? What am I supposed to do with all these wolves, man? What am I supposed to do? Anyways, I love you guys. Sorry for rubbing you in, but how to beat Salamangreats, okay? Basically, if you're playing a Floodgate deck, Summon Limit is really good against the deck. There could only be one. It's like an auto win against that deck. Cards like Ash Blossom is really good. Hand traps are just overall great this meta. Hand traps like, you know, Ash Blossom, Effect Veiler. Troll Lockbird is terrible against this matchup, by the way, so do not side Troll against this deck. Cards like Artifact Sanctum, if you're playing the Mirror Match, you can just Artifact Sanctum, bring out the Scythe, and lock your opponent from playing the extra deck. If you are playing the Mirror Match, Fusion of Fire, man. You should side 3 Fusion of Fire, okay? This is what the pros don't want you to know, okay? If you are playing the Salamangreat Mirror Match, just force your opponent to go first and just side in 3 Fusion of Fire. Like, you win. Activate Fusion of Fire, they're forced to negate. If they negate it, you can just activate another one. Because the effect says you can only activate 1 Fusion of Fire per turn, right? But if they negate it, it negated the activation, so you can activate it again. So, if you're playing against a Salamangreat Mirror Match, everyone, go second, bro. You have like 15 hand traps in the main deck, plus 3 Fusion of Fire that you're about to side in. Go second, man. Super Poly destroys the mirror. Destroys the mirror. Look, I'm giving you secrets that the pros don't want you to hear. Salamangreat Mirror Match, go second. 3 Fusion of Fire, you're gonna draw one of them. Okay, there you go. There you go, that's the secret. goes second. So there's floodgates, there's hand traps you guys can consider siding in. Kaijus are also really good to side against that matchup because all you gotta do is just Kaiju, the re-link summon or reincarnation link Shokan monster. They can't activate Roar or they can't activate Rage because you have to target a Salamangreat re-link monster, right? So that's another card that you guys might want to consider siding against that specific matchup. Cards like Twin Twister is also really good. Back removal is really great. Evenly Match is just really, really great because like if they already wasted their Roar, you can just simply evenly match them. They're forced to only keep one monster and then they have to banish their Sanctuary and all the other monsters that you have on the board, right? Which is really, really good. So evenly match is just a really good card against a specific matchup. Also, Denko Sekka is just really good as well. If you can play Denko Sekka, this deck is a trap deck, right? It can side and main a ton of floodgates. So Denko Sekka, if you can play that card, by all means, play it. So that's how you beat the Salamangreat matchup. I just gave you the secret, man. I just gave you the secret. All right, that's how you beat the deck. That's how you beat it. Mirror Match goes second. Next deck now, like I talked about, Subterrors. Obviously, it might not be as popular as all these three decks right here, but it's still a meta-relevant deck. And how to beat Subterrors? Play True Dragos. There you go. Subterrors has a 0% chance on beating True Draco. That's all I gotta say. Kaiju is just really good. They can't activate their trap card to flip it face down. At the same time, they can't activate Phoenix to negate. So Kaiju's wrecks Subterrors. Obviously, back row removals like Twin Twisters is just really good against that matchup. You know what I mean? So like, if you guys want to beat the meta and want to play a deck that plays a ton of floodgates, play True Dragos. True Draco is really underrated. This format right now, it actually has a really good matchup against Salamangreats. Like half their decks, half their cards are dead. If you're playing mid deck Inspector Border, like half their hands are dead. They can't play. Alright, so True Draco is a deck you guys might want to consider. Make sure that they don't get their resources to their hand, and obviously, if you're playing a deck that means like a lot of hand traps, and you can prevent them from getting resources, you can easily just beat that matchup. But True Draco, you know, basically a deck that can get rid of monsters. Their face down Guru has a good matchup against that match. Apocalypse and True King's Return, popping the face down Guru is like an auto win. Kaijuing the Guru is like an auto win. So there's a lot of cards you guys can actually utilize in your side deck to beat the Guru matchup. But if the deck gets steam and you don't have any of those side deck cards, you're probably just gonna lose because they just stun you so much. So that's how you beat Subterrors. And if I'm missing any other cards that beat Subterrors, please leave it in the comment section below. And the last deck that I like to talk about is a deck that I just recently won YCS Dusseldorf is Orcust, Danger Orcust. As simple as it is, the way that you beat this deck is just activate Drone Lockbird. Drone Lockbird, GG. So Drone Lockbird, since it's Danger Orcust, they activate a Danger. Like, what happens? For those OTK oriented Orcust builds that just go second, make them go first. Like, what are you gonna do? Put in the gate? Like, they can't do anything. They can't. Like, what are you gonna do? Like, set Mothman pass? But that's only for those specific OTK ones, right? But there's obviously versions now that can go first that make Azathoth. So Orcust deck is an Azathoth strategy, right? So how do you beat Azathoth? Okay, let me tell you a secret. I'm pretty sure you guys probably already know this by now, but the Phantom Knight launch, the quick play spell, can only be activated during the main phase. The pros didn't want you to know that. All you gotta do is Twin Twister. Twin Twister on standby phase or draw phase. If you know they search the Rank Up Magic launch, Twin Twister on standby phase. They can't Azathoth. And during your main phase, you have player priority, right? So they can't, like, once you go into your main phase, they can't just automatically flip the Rank Up Magic, right? To go into Azathoth. They can't do that. You have player priority. So you have the first move. So if you have Denko, summon Denko. Done. Easy. Obviously, that can OTK, so all you gotta do is stop the mermaid. So you have Effect Veiler, Veiler the mermaid. Done. Simple as that. I'm pretty sure on your main phase, you have player priority. When you summon Prangotops, you can activate Prangotop's effect to pop the Rank Up Magic. I don't know if I'm correct on that. I'm not sure if they can chain, but let me know what your thoughts are. Like, you have player priority, right? Once you move to main phase, so if you have a Kaiju in your hand, and you just simply Kaiju the, what's it called? Time Thief Redoer, and then they can't play the Azathoth combo, right? So that's another way you guys can actually beat the Azathoth strategy, which is really, really good. If I'm missing anything else for Danger Orcust, let me know. Obviously, there's hand traps you guys can actually use against this specific matchup. So you can just side in hand traps. Pankratops is really good. Twin Twister is really good. These are the cards that you have in your side deck already, right? And if you know that the deck is a going second strategy deck, force them to go first. They're gonna pass. And then once you go second, you just OTK them, right? So yeah, man, that's pretty much it for Orcust. So that's pretty much all I have for Orcust. If you're playing a Floodgate deck, there can only be one is really good. What else is good? Goals and Match, Rivalry is just really good. Rivalry is broken against that specific deck. So Rivalry will destroy them. So Floodgates is also really good. So that's pretty much all I have for Orcust. And these were the top 5 meta decks. I'm not going to talk about Ultrageist because Ultrageist has disappeared from the face of this earth. But obviously there's also other rogue decks out there that I can talk to you guys and ramble you guys on how to beat them. But in this video, I'm gonna talk to you guys specifically on how to beat the meta. And these are the top 5 decks so far in today's meta game. If you guys enjoyed this video, make sure you guys leave a thumbs up. That'll be absolutely amazing. Hopefully you guys enjoy videos like these. If you guys are going to UDS on Saturday, I'll see you guys there. I miss you guys. I miss playing Yu-Gi-Oh! And I'm just really glad to be back in my room to make videos for you guys. And yeah, man, probably now I'm just gonna go get ready for UDS, pack my stuff, and just work on my essays for the rest of the night. So yeah, man, if you guys want to help support me and what I do, again, make sure you guys visit tx1.com to get your awesome playmats today. This is your boy Sam from Team Sam signing out. And yeah, man, I'm glad I exposed all the pros out there. Okay, I'm just joking, man. I'm trolling. Anyways, guys, I love you guys. Peace.
I feel like Usain in the cheetah print. Talk fresh game, I don't need a minute. R.I.P. the game, I need a minute. Okay, let's proceed with it. I'm in the house, got the deed with it. These bozos always sneak this and they taking shots. I'm a key with it. Like, no, this league business.